A Shalom Makim Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachakodash. I would like to give double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders, a great millstone that taught us the truth, and that's pushing this truth. And as always, much peace, love, and salutation to the elect, beginning with 144,000, all the way down to the large multitude that believes in who the Lord will deliver in these last days. To you all I say Shalom. I'm the brother Taz and Mom from the Great Millstone Dallas Camp, coming back today with another quick lesson. And Lord willing, today's lesson will be edifying. And as you see here on the screen, this is from thepeoplesvoice.tv. All right, the article reads, Australia's biggest bank bans cash, forces customers to adopt CBDCs or lose everything. Let's read that again. It says Australia's biggest bank bans cash, forces customers to adapt CBDCs, which is short for central bank digital currencies, or lose everything. Okay, and with this all being said, all right, this lines up with the scripture, okay, where it says in Revelation, the 13th chapter, all right, that no man may buy or sell save he that have the charagma, all right, and that charagma ultimately is the micro C-hip, okay, that they're going to place inside of you, whether it be in your right hand, whether it be in your left hand, whether it be in your forehead, okay. They're going to institute this device, and the world is getting prepped for it. While you got other Israelite camps that are talking about, you know, the MOTB is sin, the MOTB is an embargo, the MOTB, you know, sleeping with white women, all these things that they're talking about, when you literally have a system, okay, that's being set up currently now, all right, it's showing you that with this whole technocracy that they're setting up in this digital system, okay, this is what's coming down the pipe. Okay, it says the WIF, and quote unquote, I'm doing that for a reason. The WIF controlled nation of Australia is forcing the public to switch to a central bank digital currency system and has warned citizens that they risk losing all of their money if they refuse. So if you don't comply, if you don't get in line with this system, what are they going to do? They're going to excommunicate you out of the system, and that lines up in the scripture. Okay, Revelation, the 13th chapter, that if you don't worship the image of the beast, that you will be killed. Okay, Revelation chapter 13, verse 15. Revelation 13 and 15, it says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. And the image of the beast, all right, is this Greco-Roman society / system that's being instituted in the world today, as we see it via NATO in the EU, with their using their military might and their financial power, all right, to be able to push forth their philosophies worldwide. Okay, which NATO and the EU is a revival of this ancient Roman Empire. Okay, in the whore that sits upon the beast, all right, is America. Okay, so it says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, because it's speaking by way of these by way of whenever you see the way that this ancient Roman Empire ruled. Okay, when you look at these holidays, when you look at the days of the weeks, the current presidents as we see now, all right, pretty much modern day Caesars. All right, the image of the beast should both speak and cause that and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be what? Killed. And if you don't worship the image of the beast, you will be killed. And we like to get this word killed, okay, when you get here in the scripture, or the Greek, I'd rather say. All right. Salakia. That word killed is apaktino. Okay, now apaktino could literally mean to be killed, you know, because what are they going to do? They're going to institute the death penalty. All right, so whereas if you don't get the MARK, all right, the charagma, you will be liable of being put to death. You see, whether it be by a firing squad, whether it be by a guillotine. Okay, because remember, the Apostle John, he saw on the island of Patmos when he was working on the salt mines, he's seen those that were beheaded for the testimony and witness of Yahweh Shai. He's seen the souls that were beheaded, as it's written. So it says to kill in any way, whatever, to destroy, to allow to perish, and you could be made allowed to perish, okay, if you don't have the necessary things in society to keep you sustained. You see, which ultimately this is gonna segue into people being squeezed into submission. It says metaphorically to extinguish or abolish, to inflict mortal death, to deprive of spiritual life and procure eternal misery in hell. But when you get the root word, that word apo, it says of separation. You see that? It says of local separation, after verbs of motion, after verbs of motion from a place, i.e. of departing, fleeing. You see? Of separation of a part from the whole. You see, if you don't bow down to the system, you will be separated from the whole of society. You see? But if you don't have the MARK, the charagma, you will be separated, whereas you're not going to be able to operate within society. You're not going to be able to have a bank account. You're not going to be able to drive a car. You're not going to be able to go into the grocery store and buy food and get gas and things of that nature. You're not going to be able to operate within society. Okay? It says excuse me, it says of separation of a part from the whole, whereof a whole some part is taken. Okay? That's what that word kill can go into. Just like during the time of Maccabees, man, you had those that stuck to the traditions and the laws, and they had to separate and flee. You see, whenever the Greeks came down, you know, pretty much instituted in a sense, they instituted martial law against our people. You see, and they set up the abomination of desolation. You know, whereas they set up Jupiter, which is Zeus, within the temple, and also set up an altar of swine's flesh, where he had to sacrifice swine's flesh. You know, all kind of temple harlots in the temple. You know, but you had those that actually separated from that. It says one of Australia's biggest banks, Macquarie Bank, told customers last week that it will completely eliminate cash this year. This year. Now, mind you, we already in May. It's June. I had to. I'm sorry. I had to. Ain't no microchips, right? They're gonna eliminate. It said they plan on eliminating cash this year. Okay, and things are speeding up, man. It says, and if customers refuse to use CBDCs, they will own nothing. You see? Remember what's the motto of the what's the motto of the WIF? The WIF, right? What's the motto, right? You will own nothing and be happy. You see? And that's what the elite want. Okay? And they're going to put these different laws, rules, and regulations worldwide. You remember it tells you that the hour of temptation is going to come upon the whole world. Okay? In the oikonomene sense, meaning the whole inhabited earth. It's not just going to be in Australia. No, this is just a prelude showing you what's getting ready to happen and what's to come. It says, in case you missed it, we're phasing out our cash in check services for all products. Okay, for all products. You ain't gonna be able to pull cash out the bank. You see? It says to prepare for this change, you'll need to start transacting digitally. Excuse me. It says a safe, quick, and more convenient way. You see, they're making it okay. You see, it's more safe, it's more convenient, it's quicker. You know, remember the scripture says in Revelation 13, he had two horns like a lamb, but he spake as a dragon. You see, and this is gonna segue here to the to Babylon, man. This will segue here to Babylon. Okay? It says we're removing our cash and check faculties in a phased approach. So they're gonna be phasing it out, right? It says the bank says customers will no longer be able to access a list of over-the-counter services at Macquarie's physical locations, nor deposit or collect checks or order new checkbooks. So you can't even deposit. Let's say you get a check, you get a physical check at this bank. Nope, you ain't gonna be able to. You're not gonna be allowed to deposit checks, because whenever you deposit a check, all right, it goes into your bank account as digital cash, as cash in a sense. You see. So if they're eliminating the depositing of checks, What does that tell you? They're phasing into a new system. From Friday, the 1st of November 2024, you won't be able to write or deposit personal checks, deposit or request bank checks, deposit cash or checks over the counter at the NAB branches. It says make a super contribution or payment via check. You see that? And these things is moving quickly, man. Hey, remember what did Yahweh Shai say? He said, "Behold, I come quickly." Let's get that. I know it's a Revelation. Oops, I know I spelled quickly wrong. Revelation 3. All right. Revelation 3:11, it says, "Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown." And you got a lot of Jake now that's starting to fold, tuck tail, and just run. Starting to change up the doctrine for fear of the things that are coming upon the earth. For fear of the things that are coming upon the earth, man. You know, the small hats, they're being called out, or the 48ers are being called out. You know, and Yahweh Bashem Shai, he said what? He said, "Though these things tarry, wait for them, for they shall surely come to pass. They shall not tarry." In Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter. So these things is happening, man. Quickly. You see? While everybody playing games and talking about what the MOTB ain't, and beginning with the apostles and elders here at Great Millstone, we've been telling you what the MOTB is. And it's looking like what we've been saying is coming to pass, man. Because we understand and know we're 100% confident and know that we're telling them 100% truth when it comes to this prophecy. Which this is a major prophecy, man. Please note, any checks received after Thursday, October 31st, will be returned to the sender. You ain't going to be able to. You see? It says once the checks are rolled out, once the changes are rolled out, Macquarie customers will only be able to withdraw paper money from their accounts using ATMs owned by rival banks, with withdrawals capped at 2,000 AUD per day. Okay? And I want to look up real quick. Let's do currency calculator, or currency comparison, I guess. The US dollar. Let me take a look here and see. Converted. Yeah, man, this isn't let's do dollar to Australian dollar. So 1 US dollar equates to 1.51 Australian dollars. So you get a little bit more Australian dollars for the bank. So if you go to Australia and you give them cash, you want to convert it, you'll get more Australian dollars, because the cash in America, the American dollar is more strong. So $2,000 a day. Okay. The move comes amid a broader shift away. Slack 1 second. Okay, it says the move comes amid a broader shift away from cash across the country. A total of 424 banks, representing 11% of banks in Australia, were closed from June 2022 in June 2023, according to the Australian Prudential Regulation Authority. And that's mainly it. So I just wanted to do a quick lesson on this, just the MOTB update. These things are moving quickly, so we got to keep our eyes peeled for these things. Lord willing, this is an edifying lesson. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Chakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone who taught us this truth, and that's teaching this truth. And as always, much peace, love, and salutation to the elect. Until next time, Lord willing, I'll say shalom.